the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
With Judy show. I am Dr. Judy, your Real Talk hostess. I want to thank you so very much for being with me today, or with us today, Tuesday, December the 8th, 2020, right here on Hallelujah 95.3. Real Talk with Judy is also being viewed on Facebook at Real Talk with Judy and on YouTube at Real Talk with Judy Radio. So take a few seconds, hit like and share now. Do it now so they can get this, spread the word, and remind everyone that the Real Talk with Judy show is on right now on Hallelujah 95.3. I'm inviting all of you, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, to go ahead and subscribe to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. That's on YouTube. Real Talk with Judy live radio show. And hello to my mother, Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley. As y'all know, she is the reason I am who I am. And to my awesome and amazing husband, Superintendent Gerald Mandrell, senior pastor of Life Changer, and he is the reason I get to do what I do. And so I want to say thank you so very much to my mama and my husband, and to everyone. Thank you all so very much. And to all of the business sponsors of the Real Talk with Judy show, I want to say thank you. That's Life Changer, Superintendent Gerald Mandrell, Dream Builders Greatness Child Development Center, Carolyn Waddell, K&D Creative Designs and Marketing Solution, Priscilla John Lewis, Twanda Davis Photography, Pastor T, A1 Top Notch Security, Antonio and Felicia Hall, the law offices of Craig J. Brown, PA, Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, Dr. Chuck Wades, Gazer Road Ministry, Attorney Judith Harkin, Trisella Alexander Enterprises, Trisella Alexander, Covenant Builders Corporation, Harold Lyons. And all of these sponsors, these business sponsors, will be on my website, and you can go, and I'm asking you if you would to please patronize them, patronize my sponsors. They keep the wheels of the Real Talk with Judy show moving in Tallahassee, across this nation, and the world, worldwide. Sponsors, thank you. And if you desire to give a financial, this is Christmas season, Thanksgiving season, all of the holidays. So if you desire to be a financial gift to the Real Talk with Judy show, I invite you to give at my Cash App. That's $ Real Talk with Judy, or go to my website page. And that's realtalkwithjudy.com, and give by way of PayPal. I want to thank all of you who have given, who have been a financial support to the Real Talk with Judy show. Thank you all so very much for your contribution and your investment into today's show, into the radio station, a radio show. I want to say very happy birthday to my brother in Scotland, Angus Holden. Happy birthday, Angus. And then again, this show is being hosted with the one and only Faith Doctor.
I am glad to be back in the house with you. You know, we have such a great time together. You know, Pastor Judy. I enjoy this time with us, sharing around the word and getting encouragement to God's people.
I really do. I enjoy being with you, Pastor Eggerson. It is always just a good time. The people are blessed. We are blessed. And we know that the Lord is blessing. And so we give high praise to him. And I thank you for sacrificing your time, giving of your time, an hour each Tuesday to be with me. And today we have with us our guest. And y'all know she's a very welcoming guest that we have with us all the time. And that's Pastor Trisella Alexander, business productivity coach. Pastor, welcome to the Real Talk with Judy show.
Thank you so much, Pastor Judy, for having me on the show again. Dr. Eckerson, Pastor Eckerson, it's so good to see you, even if it is virtually. It's always a joy to have a conversation with you. I know we're going to have a good chat today.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real good. And soon and very soon, I believe that will be back together. After a while, in all of these buildings, we'll be able to be in brick and mortar again. After a while, we ain't rushing it. We're gonna let it do what it needs to do, and we're gonna do what we need to do to make sure we keep things going. Pastor Eckerson, give us a prayer before we get started.
Father, we're so grateful for this opportunity to be over these radio waves speaking to your people. I pray now that you would have someone that will tune into the broadcast today that needs to hear about vision, that needs to hear about them being able to put vision before their eyes. And so, Lord, I thank you now. May you use us as instruments of really encouragement to your people today. We give you praise in advance in Jesus' name.
Amen. So we're getting ready to get started. Our discussion today is put your vision on a tablet or board. Put your vision on a tablet or board. So today's show is going to encourage, motivate, and inspire you from these words from Habakkuk. The King James Version say, make it plain upon tables. Make it plain upon tables. The Living Bible says, write your answer on a billboard. Put your answer on a billboard. Wow. On a billboard. Large and clear, so that anyone can read it, listen it at a glance, and rush to tell others.
Wow.
So write your answer on a billboard, large and clear, so that anyone can read it at a glance and rush to tell others.
That's good stuff. So big before your eyes. I made a note to myself to say this, that with vision, any man can see further than he.
Yes.
I just have to have vision. So you can't reach that billboard, but you can see it just as you're riding by.
As you're riding by.
And really, that's how vision should be in all of our lives. I want to be able to see what you're really about, where you're going, things that you are, the steps that you're making, the friends that you're connected to. It should say something about vision.
Yeah. So put your vision on the vision board. Priscilla's mom said this, and I like it. So Priscilla had her vision frames. She has frames from. She's OCC. Is that what you call it? OCD.
OCD.
And so she don't like all this big cluttered stuff on her walls. So she got her vision, and it is so neat in frames, in picture frame. I think it's 8 picture frames. But anyway, she had the frames on the counter. Her mom was walking by, and her mother looked down and saw the frame, and this is what she said. When you're done with that, you'll see yourself better.
Wow.
Her mom said, when you're done with that, you'll see yourself better. What y'all say?
Oh, I'm gonna pass it over to Pastor Kinsella. Let her talk to us about that.
Well, the thing about vision is you're seeing into the future, right?
Right.
So you're taking a look at your future self, and when you actually manifest whatever your vision is that you've written out, or whatever it is that you saw in your mind, when it becomes reality, then you see yourself better because you are a new person, right? Because it takes growth. It takes doing something different in order for you to experience something different. And so as we go through the process of pursuing whatever that vision is, as we go through the process of becoming the type of person who can actually live in that vision, we become new. And thus we see ourselves better because we are better. Yeah. We're better versions of ourselves.
Yes. And that's it. So yes. So when you're done putting what you see on the vision board, you're gonna see yourself better.
And that's the thing about vision, because we usually see things not as they are, but as we are. It's how I see me.
Yes.
It's what I'm projecting on everybody else.
That's true.
I don't know how it goes. How do you see yourself? in the midst of everything that's going on. That's what we put out on everybody else. That's why, like I said last time, that those spies saw themselves as grasshoppers. Why? Because they projected that vision on the giants. And so they said the giants saw them. Vision is something else. It can take you the right way or it can take you the wrong way.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely. And so you have to really pay attention to your vision and what you see. You got to get a grip on what you see. Angus, you just came on. We gave you a happy birthday shout out, Angus, over there in Scotland. We're glad to have you back with you. And thank you for spending part of your birthday time with us today. We're glad to have you here. Also, LD Johnson and those of you who are coming on, thank you for sharing it. Share this broadcast with us so you will see yourself better.
Yes.
Once you finish putting it on the vision board, it's like a puzzle that you're putting together. So put it up so you are constantly reminded.
Absolutely.
And the reason for putting it on the vision board or tablet or frame is so you can see it often. How many times do we write things down, put it in a drawer, or put it somewhere and forget what we wrote written?
Way too often.
Huh?
Way too often.
Things out of sight are normally things that are out of mind. So you have to keep the vision before your eyes. And I made 4 things about vision that I really want to say to the audience today. Number 1, vision will predict your future. And number 2, vision will pick your friends. Number 3, vision will predetermine your choices. And number 4, vision will protect your priorities. So no matter how I go now, if I got a proper vision, it's going to predict my future. It's going to let me know where I'm going. Then that same vision is going to pick my friends. I can't hang out with everybody under the vision God has me under.
That's right.
And then it will predetermine my choices. I can't go everywhere. My choices are predetermined by the vision that's before my eyes. And then that vision will then protect my priorities. I can't go do all this kind of stuff because the vision now is protecting the priority that I live under now.
Yes. It's like the GPS.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
like the GPS, Google, and what they know is when you're riding sometime, they're able to tell you detour.
Yes.
The one we have in our car said bad weather coming up, pothole. And so that's what putting that vision on that vision board is. It gives us direction. It let us know where we're going, where we're headed. If we're headed in the wrong place, if we're going to the wrong thing. And when you have a vision, you put that board up there, you have to be so careful of the company that you keep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Predict
absolutely.
your friends and to pick your friends.
I just want to add too that what happens when we open that loop, when we actually go through the process of like writing out our vision, what happens is we open up a loop in our brain. It's called the Geiger net effect. It's or the nag effect. So once you open that loop, it stays open and it will nag you. Basically, it'll stay in the back of your mind. It'll keep coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up until it comes to a conclusion. And so by opening that loop, by writing it down, then you are essentially ensuring that you will manifest it, because your brain's not going to let it go, because it doesn't like open loops. That's why when we have, you ever forget something, like forget someone's name, you can't really call it, and you're like, oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue, I can't remember, and it drives you crazy until all of a sudden you're like, I got it. It's because your brain you get a dopamine hit every time you close a loop. And so that's why it's enough drive. Having that open loop is enough drive within you to keep you moving, because your brain is now seeking that dopamine hit to close that loop.
And when you put it out there, like what you're saying, Pastor, you get the vision in your brain, you begin to eat it and sleep it.
Yeah.
It's just like when you have to do your affirmation, you put them on your mirrors, you put it everywhere so you don't forget it. It's a reminder of who you are and where you're going and what God has given to you. Some of us, some have wasted vision, they're wasting purpose, and they're frustrated. And I would like to suggest, because you have not written, you have not published, you have not put on tablet, what your vision and your dreams are. Put it up. Put it, if you don't want it on a cardboard, put it in a picture frame.
Yes.
Put it somewhere, but you got to put it up so you can see it. So you can see it and keep on feeling it, and keep on looking at it. And the scripture forever stay in my head when it comes to the vision board about Jesus endured the cross. He endured Garden of Gethsemane. He endured being called a devil. He endured everything for the vision that was set before him. That was a picture set before him. There was a vision board of me and you and us. It was set before him, and he said, I couldn't quit. He asked the Father to come back now, did he not?
Yes, he did.
He said, can this be done any other way?
Yes, he did.
Can you take 3 times? Can you get rid of this?
Yes, he did.
Then he realized, I got to complete this vision.
Yeah.
And so it couldn't close, so it had to stay alive.
Yeah. And actually, that's what we do. When we write out our vision, we give it life.
Yes.
We give it life because in here, it's just a bunch of jumbled mess. But when you actually get it out of your brain before you and write it out, or create a vision board with images, then you are giving it life.
This is very, very powerful, because what we did before we got our building now, at the end of every service for years, I had a picture of the sanctuary of the church. And at the end of every service, this is what we would say, Pastor Judy. Vision was speaking to you, but soon and very soon, you're going to speak to us in Jesus' name. Amen. What we're doing, we had a vision before the eyes of the people on every service. When they left the service, they left a vision in their mind when they left the service.
Yes.
They left a vision. And now when we got to our place, I said, guess what? Vision is now speaking back to us. We're sitting in the vision that now has been speaking to us right now. But I kept it before the people.
Yeah.
See, because budgets cost you something, but vision will bring you something.
Oh, watch yourself now.
Watch yourself, but the vision will bring something. Oh, I didn't put the budget before the people of the ministry. I put the vision of the vision before the people, and it brought something in.
Yeah. Bishop Albert Stewart always said this. He said, publish that vision, make it plain, so people who see it will fund it.
Yes. Yes.
When they see a vision, you'll have people who will come and give you money for that vision.
Yes, they will.
They will invest in that vision. But if they can't see it, and you got it in your head, and not putting it out, making it plain on tablet, they have no reason to invest in you. They don't want just talk. People don't want talk.
There are too many big-headed Christians with vision stuck inside.
Oh.
You got to clear some space. You got to clear some space. And what happens is, just like you were saying, when you start not only when you put it on paper, you start speaking it, right? You're doing it, you're speaking it on paper, and it makes you start talking about it because you get excited about it. And as you talk about it, you start attracting the resources that you need in order to manifest it. But if you keep it to yourself, if you only keep it in your brain and you don't ever publish it, then how can the person who is ordained to connect with you to help you birth the vision, how can they then connect with you? It's only when you publish it, then you're talking, you're talking to someone and you're saying, this is what I'm doing, this is my vision. And then they say, oh my gosh, I love that. I want to partner with you, or I know someone who can help you bring that to pass, right? And so, as you start talking about it, as you share it, and a lot of times people think, oh, you're supposed to keep it to yourself because someone might steal it, or all that. No, that's a lie from the enemy. You can't. Yeah. It is when we speak, right? Our words create life. They either create life or they create death. So if we shut up our mouth from speaking our vision, we can't give it life. That's how it gets birthed, is from us speaking it. And so, so as you speak it, you open yourself up to attract all the resources that you need in order to manifest your vision.
One of the things too, one of the things, as you were talking, Sister Josetta, one of the things that's coming to me, Pastor, is that every dream, every vision is already out there.
Yeah.
Somebody is already doing it. You're not the first person doing what you're doing. You're not. Look at Burger King. So you got Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, who else? Whataburger, Hardee's, all Sunny, all of them out there. They're primarily the same, right? But they have different audience.
Yes.
They have different people that they serve, right? Some people do not like McDonald's, but McDonald's is not going to close because people don't. They're doing well. Some people don't like Burger King. Okay, but you can look at a pattern.
Yes.
Of what they're doing, because I believe that God has given to each one of us a special sauce.
Yes.
You have a special sauce in your dream and your vision that the others do not have.
Absolutely.
When Kentucky Fried Chicken had the real original chicken, I don't know what that is they have now. That's not from today. I don't know what that is. They missing a lot of herbs and spices and stuff from the day. But I used to like to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's French fries. Yeah, McDonald's French fries. And I go to that's when Burger King used to have Pepsi, and go to Burger King and get a Pepsi. Because there was something in all of them that I liked. And the only place I can eat everything is a Crystal burger at Crystal's. And I know y'all don't like Crystal, but I love Crystal. But we have to understand that when you write your vision, it helps you not to be in competition or trying to pull somebody else down so you can get your dream and vision. But if you write your vision, if you put your vision up, you can stay where you're going and be the best and produce it with your special sauce.
Yes, absolutely. That particular vision targets a specific market.
Yes,
that's what vision does. No matter how we're doing it, it's always a market. That's why I understand why sometimes why churches or pastors, this competition thing. There's no need for that because God has given a vision for that particular pastor. There's people that's in the city that's assigned to that pastor.
Absolutely.
So it's not about anybody else. It's about the vision that God has given me.
Pastor Agatha, let me tell you, sometimes people come and they sneak it. They try to sneak and take somebody. They come be members of your church. Honey, you better let them stay where they is. Because sometimes you don't know what you get. It looks good over here, but not over here. I say to pastors, write your visions. Put your vision up and then pray and ask God to send you folks.
Yeah.
To help run the vision.
And you know what? I want to go back to what you were talking about, Pastor Judy, about McDonald's and Burger King. But if you notice, and this goes back to number 2 that Pastor Eccleston shared about, it'll choose your friends, right? If you notice, fast food restaurants, they're all kind of clumped together.
Yeah.
Right? They're not spread out far apart from one another. They're clumped together. Because they know if we hang together, we have a better chance of reaching our people if we hang together than if we separate out by ourselves.
That is true. I never thought about that. I mean, as far as them being clumped together, but that is true. Because,
you found a McDonald's, you will find a Burger King. And not far from down the road, you can always say, wait, there's going to be something right by it.
Right by each other, because they know we're doing the exact same thing.
That's it.
And perhaps if you don't have what they want, they'll come here and eat.
That's it.
But they don't fight. You never see them fighting each other either. They just do what they do.
Because they have their own markets.
They got their own market.
It's chosen that it's predetermined their choices.
Yes.
So it'll predetermine your choices.
Right.
So they're not worried about McDonald's. They're not. No. Because they've already predetermined their choices, their customers and their clients.
Right.
They're going to get theirs no matter what.
You know who else showed up right beside of Jimmy John's?
Yep, they started to pick up.
Jimmy John's are coming right on the side of McDonald's. Look around. Burger King, Wendy's, Jimmy John's.
Because we're talking about vision. Vision it's so important. We don't get it. Vision, really if you think about it, sight is a function of the eye.
Yes.
But vision is a function of the heart.
Come on now.
It's for the heart.
Yes.
That's good.
That was good. That was good right
Because
there.
I mean, because I'm just saying, but vision is more of a function of the heart. That's why when your heart is in something, everything changes.
That's true.
Man.
That's true.
When your heart is in it, it changes.
It changes.
That's why those who serve with their heart, they always, it's a heart issue. It's not a head issue.
Yes.
When it's a head issue, when you make me mad, I quit. But when it's a heart issue, you can't run me away.
You can't make me mad.
Yeah.
You can't make me quit.
I have already vision that this is what God called me to do. There ain't no quit in me because of the vision that's inside of me.
Yeah.
See, vision won't let you quit.
So as you put your vision board up, at the bottom of it, put no quit.
No quit.
There is no exit. There is no exit door.
There's vision, there's no exit door.
Where there's a vision, there is no exit door. There is no exit door. Some y'all say that right there. There is no exit door in my vision. And I want to say, God will give us the big picture, then we have to go back and do the process. The blueprint of a house, right? The architect take it, and he takes the mind of the one who see it.
Come on.
The homeowner, he takes the idea out of their mind.
Yes.
And he put it down in a blueprint.
Yes.
And the one with the vision can go back and say, no, I want that room different.
Yes.
Am I right?
You're absolutely right. That's what we did.
Tell us about that part.
That's exactly what we did. Once the architect redesigned the inside of our building, and I put the layout of the building. I called the whole church. I said, let's go over here and meet. I want y'all to see where everything is going to be. Now I know where everything is because it's the vision that God has given me. I said, that's the children's area. So over here, that's a classroom. Here's a sanctuary. Now they were there looking. Later on, he told me, Pastor, I couldn't see none that you were saying. But because I trusted you in what you were saying, I stuck with the vision. And when it came to pass, they said, Pastor, what you said and where it was going to be located was exactly what you said. I said, that was inside of my heart. So it was in the vision. So it came to pass. I'm telling you right now, vision makes the unseen visible and the unknown possible.
Did you hear?
It'll make the unseen visible and the unknown possible.
Yes.
So y'all put that vision up. Put it up. Stop keeping it in your head. We can't see it. And how do you know you're going to reach it? Or that you're accomplishing step number 1, or step number 2, or step number 3, if you don't put it up. I want to use Dr. D for a moment. When he came here to this radio station, he did a lot of renovation.
A lot of planning.
He had, am I right now? He had to sit down and put things in place. But he sat down with me about 3 weeks ago, and the man's still dreaming. He's still seeing things. He's still coming out. Because this is what I was going to say. When you put it down, God give you another. It's like playing Pac-Man.
Come on.
Or one of those games, and you can't see the doors closed because you haven't gotten there yet. But he'll show you the big picture. But then you got to go back and go through the maze and get out of there.
Well, as far as you can see.
That's what he told Abraham. He told Abraham, come here, I'm going to show you something. Look. Abraham started looking, he said, as far as your eyes can see,
that have I given unto you.
He told him to look in all directions.
To walk northward, southward, eastward, and westward. All the land that you can see, that have I given to you. And he wanted him to see it with the spiritual eyes, not with the natural eyes.
That's natural.
He just walked it out.
I want to say this to somebody right now. This real talk stuff. This real talk. Just look up for a moment. Just look. I don't care where you are. Even if you're in a closed building, you got to look through the walls. Just go ahead and look through the walls and see your vision. See it. And after Abraham looked and saw, he said, I'm giving you all of that. And Abraham went and walked.
You're going to talk to me, right?
He went and walked. Y'all hear me? Priscilla said after this, I've had so many people who called after our last show who have gone back and started rewriting their vision, brought the vision back out, writing their vision over, doing this. Because this is what this show is about. We're supposed to make you come alive.
Yes.
We're supposed to make you come alive. And you got to speak life, not death. I don't care if they said 400 million people died of COVID. You still here.
Talk to me, Robbie.
And let's go. Dream.
That vision is out. You still here.
I'm here. And I'm here to complete my purpose. And you can't die till your purpose is complete because God's word can't return to him void.
Yes.
It can't return to him void. So you got to complete what you're doing, what he called you to do. Hallelujah. You sound like Kenny Copeland there right about, man. You know, every time, and every time I look at Doc is inspiration for me, right? Because I pass by here, I come here and I look, and sometimes when you're feeling a little whatever, hear me, you got to go places where a dreamer is.
Yeah.
She was my inspiration too, till you got another baby. I said, well, wait a minute. But yeah, she said, like, what you tell me?
I want to talk about something that I think that people get caught up in because, you know, we're coming up on the end of the year. A lot of people are talking about vision. A lot of people are talking about goals, and it's vision board season, right? So all these people are going to be hosting vision board parties and whatnot. And I know that there is a kind of a thought out there that vision boards don't work. There's a reason why vision boards do work, but there's a reason why they don't work. And so the reason why, if you have done a vision board in the past and it has not manifested, chances are you sat down without a vision. You sat down with a board and some magazines and just started flipping through willy-nilly, grabbing things that looked good.
Come on.
Things that grabbed your attention, cutting out things that other people say you should have in your life, and you didn't actually sit down with a vision. You have to do the work to actually sit before God, grab his vision for your life, and then take what he gives you and go seek out those images that support the vision. Because if you just do it willy-nilly, that's not a vision.
Right.
That's not vision. That's just an art project.
Come on here. I like that.
That's an art project. When you have already done, all you're doing is taking what's in your brain and putting it out on paper when you are doing a vision board. And when you do that, it is connected, like we were talking earlier, it's connected to your heart. It is connected to a why. If you don't have a heart connection to the vision board, then you will, when things get difficult, because we all know it will, whenever you start doing anything new, resistance is going to show up. Challenges are going to show up. Struggles are going to show up. Opposition is going to show up. And if your vision isn't connected to your heart, and you don't have a strong why, you're going to quit.
Yes.
But if you've done the work and it's actually the vision is coming out of your heart, and that's how you've crafted your board, then when the challenges come, your board is going to serve as motivation.
Yes.
It's serve as inspiration. It's going to serve as encouragement for you to keep pushing on because it reminds you of why.
Yeah. And that's real talk. And so if you're doing too many things, maybe you need to sit down, take a evaluation, and start over. Okay? It's not that you shouldn't be doing it, but just take a moment and see what it is that your dream and vision, what is it really? I do quite a bit, but everything I'm doing is connected to my vision and the dream that God has given to me. I am a people motivator, encourager, evangelist at heart, called by the Lord. Every single thing I do, every committee, every program, everything is tied to that. Every single thing. Okay. And so, but I know that. And so when I'm writing, when I'm putting pictures and putting things together, it's all centered around that. Everything that I'm in.
It's really birthed out of your spiritual call.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
The evangelist goes out and gathers.
Yes.
You go out and gather.
And that's exactly what it is. A lot of people say you have an anointing to bring people together, where it comes from my God-given calling.
That's what's on your life.
That's in my entire. When I was 10 years old, I told my mom and dad that I wanted to be an evangelist. Because that's what I knew God called me to do. And saving lives, not just from sin, but sin, from depression, from everything. That's my calling. And so that's what I do. I went into social work because that was it. On my bill, on one of my vision board, I got Mary McLeod Bassoon, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Angela Davis, you know, my mama, my grandmother, why? All of these people, Martin Luther King, George Du Bois, all of them. Why? But go back and read them. All of them were saving people's lives. All of them brought people together. All of them built people. So that why yourself is what keep me going, even in the face of adversity. And when next year comes and something hadn't been completed on that board, maybe it wasn't time.
Yeah.
There are some things that I put in place that I thought would have been done before I turned 50. But at age 50, God started allowing things to come forward. So I want to say to you, you want it done in time so it can last.
That's so important because to have it before time, it really spoils you like the prodigal son.
Right.
You really lose it. He had a vision, but he had the wrong vision.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he came back, he had another vision. But the father said, I'm going to interrupt your vision because of the vision I already had in store for you before you left. So sometimes when we get out of place, I'm so glad that our dad says, you know what, now that you're back in place, the vision that I got for your life is still in place. I didn't give you what was valuable. I just gave you what you want. Okay. The shoes I kept, the ring I kept, the robe I kept, because that had value. What you wanted had no value as it pertained to your future. So sometimes it'll look good over there. And God will allow that to happen just to bring you back and say, now let me give you the real vision that I have for your life. Vision is important.
Vision is important. And you got to be able to hear him so you can put the right thing up so you're not just having an art project.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's not just an art project. It's really something that's working.
And I also have to make through giving out that the lens that I'm looking through in my vision don't have scratches on it. Yeah. Because if the lens has scratches on it, I will look at you and see scratches all over your life, but it's really through how I'm looking at you.
That's that photographer coming out of him now.
You
got to put it in the right position.
Right? In the right position, and then you got to protect your lens so it won't have scratches because it impacts how you see the future.
And you're really right. Because even when you take pictures on the camera, and that lens not trained, it comes out cloudy. Has a glow on it.
Yeah.
We're still talking about vision. Yeah. It's still about how I see that. And that's why that's why in church we always spoke to the vision at the end. Why? Because I wanted people, no matter what you see inside of the church, well, Pastor, how are we going to get that with the number of people we have? That's not our concern. Right. Our concern is to believe God for the vision that He set before us. And it didn't cost you anything to believe. Believing is free. Come on. So I don't know why people don't believe more when it's free. We love the low. I got it on the low. How about believing God? That's the Lord. And look, He said this belief don't cost you nothing.
I can believe
all things. We look at the budget, but see, the budget always costs you something. A vision will bring you something.
Y'all better hear that. Y'all better catch that. Let's write that again. Y'all put that in the comment. I want to say hello to Nick and to All Smile, Jamaica, Jasmine, and all of those of you who have come, Rolanda, Tracy, all of those of you who have come, Brenda Cheeseburg from South Carolina. Hello to all of you all, Sonia Victory, all of you all who are coming in. Thank you all so very much. But put that in the chat. Say it again.
Budget will cost you something. Vision will bring you something. People look at budget so much that they lose sight of vision. No, vision will bring you something.
Ooh.
Can we talk about God's timing a little bit more?
Yeah.
So one thing that I have found when I think that something should have manifested by a certain time and it doesn't, then I don't throw away the vision or think, a lot of people feel like, oh, well, maybe I missed God. That's not really what He has for me. I start asking myself, who do I need to become in order to manifest this vision? Because chances are the issue is with me. It means that I haven't done some sort of work that I need to do in order to develop myself to be ready to handle the gravity of the vision. Because what God gives is precious, right? What he gives us is precious and it's valuable. And so we need to be able to be in position to be a good steward over it. And so maybe there's some training that I need to do. Maybe there's some growing up I need to do. Maybe there's some mindsets that I need to loose. Maybe there's some people I need to loose. So it's about who do I need to become in order to manifest the vision.
Yeah.
Because
and maybe there's some people you need to come in contact with.
Yes.
That too.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not, and I tell people, they say, well, it hasn't manifest. It's not time to manifest. It's not time to, you put a timetable on it. God did, he gave you the vision, but he didn't put a timetable on it. He gave the dream to Joseph. And he told him that your parents they're gonna bow down, and your brother said, but he didn't give him a timetable. Neither did he tell him he was going to be put in a pit. Neither did he tell him he was going to go to jail. Neither did he tell him that Potiphar's wife was going to say he raped her. Neither did he tell him that the baker or whoever forgot was going to forget. He told him none of those. He just gave him a big vision. But he had to go through all of those things to learn how to sit where God had placed him. And it took years before he got there. Because he also had to get that unforgiveness out of his heart. You can say what you want. You let my sister and brother go sell me to somebody and take my favorite coat. And I got the Holy Ghost. But I'm gonna tell you something. I told him the other day, I still got a little dust in there, a little wretchedness in there. He ain't bothered that part. He left it, he's still working on that part. But it takes time. We get frustrated and aggravated because it didn't come through when we put the time limit on there.
Yes.
And so we have to be careful, unless he gives us a time frame. Now, if he tell you by tomorrow this time, or next year this time, isn't that what they told us about? Next year this time. Or he said tomorrow this time. Then that's sometimes he ain't put he ain't tell Abraham when it was gonna be. He just said, get out on the field. Just look and see. And so we have to be careful that we don't frustrate our own self.
Yes.
By putting time limit. I am so convinced that we have to start talking to people who've been there.
Yes.
He give us a vision. And some of us don't like to talk with other people. It's not going to take anything away from you. It's not going to take a thing away from you to sit down with people who have done the same thing you're going to do. You are not the first. You are not the first person doing what you're doing.
No, you're not. So that's the thing about vision. When we follow a godly vision, we're on a need to know basis. When you need to know details.
That's the truth.
I have to stay focused because vision consists of foresight, insight, and oversight from God's side. That's what it is. Is insight, foresight, and oversight that comes from God's side. No, I have to stay with God. God already sees this thing. He sees the end. Yeah, so he sees the end. That's where he starts from. He starts right there. So now I got to stay with God because I think about it. We got in our building. We did the purpose in 16. But in 2012, I met the architect. 4 years later, I had need of the architect that I met in 2012. So you have to meet him in 2012. I didn't force God. Okay, God, how you have to meet the architect? No, I was on a need to know basis. He had to move some people out of the way. He had to pull some people out of the ministry. He had to bring some people in the ministry. He had to get my faith at a place to believe and beyond what I was already seeing. And then brought the building. And then said, call the architect back. And we met back up again.
You know what was good? That you didn't mess up that relationship in those 4 years. Exactly. Because sometimes we could mess up and forfeit what God has put in place, the people he brings into our lives because of whatever, and then the vision is delayed again.
Yeah.
I'm taking that foresight, insight, and oversight. When I have oversight from God, then he lines everything up. I mean, 2012, and then 16, 4 years. And I had no doubt in what God had said to me. I'm still speaking to the vision. Yes. I ain't got enough money to spare me, but we still speaking to the vision. Because I knew looking didn't cost me anything. It didn't cost me anything to put a vision out there before my eyes. I just got to keep it out there before my eyes. It'll cost me not to put it out there.
Y'all hear that? Do you hear that? That's real talk. It will cost you not to put your vision out there.
Yes.
But it costs you nothing to put it out there. Put that vision out there. Write it. And let me tell you this. You can share with whoever you want to share with. They cannot stop you.
That's right.
They cannot stop you. People say Joseph shouldn't have never shared his vision. Why not? Never shared his dream. It wasn't on the chain what God said. God told him this. And God had to fulfill it because his word went out. So whatever he called you to do, whatever dream he's given to you, this is real talk. You're going to do it. And he does not bring us forth in a dream and a vision unless he has plans for us.
That's right.
And a purpose. And he wants you. He don't want another Judy Mandrell. I am it. He don't want another Tracetta. He don't want another David Edison. He wants you. And he wants you to do it, even if he give you the same thing. We all can serve as coaches to you if you come in the same way.
Listen, some of the ditches that we fall in were more about our calling rather than the cowards who tried to push us in there.
Real talk. The drummer coming out of me right there, man. I felt music. I felt music. That's real talk. That's real talk.
I know it's about the calling.
Yes.
Well, what's God doing? He's putting some courage into you now because you went down to this place. Sometimes we don't, God, why this? Why do I have to go down? God says, if you stay with me.
Oh, somebody put that in the thing, in the comment. And I got to break on one other little person. But put that in the comment. If I just stay with God, just write it. If I just stay with God, if I just stay with y'all, he's the master architect.
Yes.
He's the master builder. He's the master contract. God, and guess this? My mama always told me your name would go places before you. So
yes,
your name will travel before you. And I want to say, I believe God is putting your name in somebody's heart, our name, in somebody's heart and somebody's mind right now, who can make a difference and who has some power to do something. I put on there yesterday, I said, you are being watched. They are watching you. People are watching you. People are watching what you're doing. They're watching your vision. Put it out there. Put it out there. Don't be afraid. And they're going to say, you ain't even qualified. No, I'm not. But the God who gave it to me, he is.
He qualified.
And he qualified. Oh my God. So, oh man, Pastor Davidson, Anderson, this is good. This is good. So listen, this is what I want to do right quick for a few minutes because we're about ready to get off. But there's a young lady, she's my mentee. She's Priscilla's daughter, but she's my mentee. And she have watched and taken some of the words that I've given to her. This young girl has met with people. She listened, she watched, she studied her craft, she is making things happen. She has invested, and she's only 15. This is Kaylin, Priscilla's daughter. And now she has Kaylin's Caring Connection. She sat down and talked with the director of the Tallahassee Foundation herself. And now she got a partnership with Tallahassee Memorial Foundation to do so. She meet with these people herself. So she watching, she's gleaming. Priscilla, is Kaylin ready to come on?
Hello.
Hey, Kaylin.
Hello.
How are you?
She got a break from school. So I want you to tell us a little bit about Kaylин's Caring Connection. And y'all, this is vision personified. She wrote it on the board, she studied it, and all of this, and now she's here making things happen. Talk to us, Kaylin.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, everyone. As Pastor Judy said, my name is Kaylin John Louis. I am the founder of Kaylin's Caring Connection. Every year we have a caring drive, but this year is a little different than the rest. This year we've partnered with the Tallahassee Healthcare Foundation to be able to give to medical and support workers who are helping fight against COVID-19. They are our healthcare heroes, and they serve every day just to be able to keep us safe and to allow us to be able to fight against all the diseases going on right now. So for our 12 days of caring drive, I'm asking that you donate to this foundation, because every day we're going to have, for the 12 days, we're going to cater to a specific need, whether it's allowing someone to go on a date with their significant other, where it's sending a lawn mowing service. We just want to help cater to a specific need that they are doing, because they do so much for us. So I just wanted to be able to honor them. So to donate, you can go to the tmh.org/hero. And when you press that, there will be a button that says Give Now. And when you click that, you can give any amount. Any amount helps, whether it's $5, $100, whatever it is, every amount counts. So when you do that as well, I ask that you list your name and that you came from KCK, so I can thank you at the end of all of this, because without you, I would not be able to put all of this together.
Kaylin, thank you so very much. Y'all, she's 15 years old. She's been working on this. And I mean, is that good or what?
Absolutely amazing.
That's what you call writing your vision, working your vision, and putting it on vision board. And she stays up and she perfects this craft all the time. All the time. And as y'all know, Priscilla is our production manager, our director. She does a lot for us. But Sunday was her birthday. Sunday was Priscilla's birthday. Kaylin planned a drive-by so we can come and blow the horn for her mother. Then she had us to send videos that she put together herself. She's 15 years old, but she has invested in her craft. She has written her vision. She's making it plain, and people are funding it. One year she did teddy bears. One year she did shoes. When I tell you the overflow, because people saw the vision in a child, and they'll do the same thing for you. If you write your vision, make it plain, put it on tablet so people can read it and fund it. And you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it, and neither will anybody else. So people need to see your vision, and I hope that this show has, and I don't hope, I know this show has inspired you. This show has motivated you. You're ready. Don't everybody run to the Dollar Tree at one time getting those cardboard. Go ahead, before you put it on the paper, get it out your mind. Write it so you can see what it is when you get ready to put it on that paper. So as Pastor Tracetta said, it won't just be an art project.
Yes.
It'll be a heart, as Pastor Eggerson said, heart project. And that's what we went at today. We went to your heart, because we want you to see yourself doing it. We want you to see yourself come. You know what? You can't do it but one block at a time. So even the best builder still can only put down one block at a time.
Yep.
And after he put it down, it's a monument. It's a masterpiece. So I speak to every masterpiece on this video, who listen to me on the radio, who watching us on YouTube. I say to you, you're a masterpiece. Go make that vision come to pass. Write it. Put it on the board. So as Bishop Stewart say, those who read it, those who see it, will fund it. Hey, listen, you've been listening to the Real Talk with Judy show, and I want to thank you all so very much. I am inspired. Caitlin, thank you. Pastor Tracetta, Pastor Eggerson, thank you all so very much. And we do want to say this right as we are closing. We want to give our condolences and our prayers to Destiny Place and to the family of Apostle Rosalind Copeland. She was with us last year in our anniversary. She come with us quite often, and we are praying for everybody, because Apostle Rosalind Copeland was one amazing woman of God. Listen, y'all, I see us in the future. Man, vision and dreams are happening all over the world. That's Real Talk.